Yo, so what's going on, guys? It's your boy LaazrGaming. Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys by far the best methods and how you guys can maximize your profit from the new CEO warehouses. Now I did mean to get this video up earlier, however it was virtually impossible for me to do so, as there is a pretty serious bug included with this new DLC that has not only affected me but has affected maybe hundreds of thousands of players that play GTA 5 online. Now the worst thing about this bug is it literally doesn't affect your game in any way, shape or form. Like, everything works fine besides the warehouses, and more specifically how to make money from the warehouses. And this bug basically stops you guys from being able to get any of the special rare crates. Now you guys that don't know what I'm on about, I will go into much more detail about this later on in the video, but I thought I'd get this out the way straight away just so I do know about this bug. I just want to make that clear, and I have been personally affected by it. It's gotten to the point where I've actually invested well over 20 hours of gameplay trying to put this video together for you guys, and I couldn't get any special crates. It was virtually impossible. Now at first I thought it was just me, it was something that I was doing wrong. However, I have looked heavily into this issue and it seems like there is a ton of you guys that are experiencing this bug. So as I explained earlier, I'm going to go into more detail about this later on in the video. I just want to explain that very quickly at the start, as these special rare crates are actually an important part of gaining the most money from the warehouses. So when you practically remove that entire option away from making money from warehouses, it really does fuck you over. And the only way I can explain it is Rockstar fucked up. Like, there is no other way to go about it. It is a bug in the game with the new DLC that has just affected certain players, and it hasn't affected certain players. So that is the main reason why I've held back on trying to make this video for days. I've been waiting for Rockstar to put a hotfix on here so a bunch of you guys aren't getting pissed off, like getting no special crates whatsoever, which can earn you guys 150k per sale. Like I said, I'll go into much more detail about those later on in the video. However, seeing as I put so much time and effort into messing around with these new CEO abilities and warehouses, not only am I going to show you guys by far the best methods to grind up money from these warehouses, I'm also going to cover a lot of the stuff in full detail that people are still very confused about, including the special rare crates as I mentioned, how to get them, how much do they sell for, etc. I'm going to cover the benefits of being a CEO's associate. A lot of people are confused about associates. What is the point of being an associate? How much do they get paid? Is it really worth it? And I'm also going to cover the warehouse raids, if you guys aren't familiar, because these are very rare. These are basically when someone's warehouses get robbed. So I really haven't left a stone unturned in this video, so hopefully any questions that you guys might have had about this new warehouse and how to make money from it will be answered in this video. So as always, if you guys do go on to enjoy it or you learn something new, do be sure to drop a like down below. Feel free to subscribe if you are new, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to cover every single thing that's included in the process of making the most money from being a CEO. Now the first thing you guys want to do is obviously become a CEO. Now to do so, all you have to do is go to the Dynasty 8 offices website, and you have to purchase one of 4 different offices. These offices do range in price from 1 million to 4 million, and they are practically the same. The only differences with the offices are the views that you get from looking out the windows, and the more expensive offices also have a helipad so you guys can access your office via the roof. So if you guys are purely looking to make the most money from grinding this method, then go ahead and buy the one for 1 million, as there is no difference. Now you guys own an office, you can now register as a CEO. Now the great thing about being a CEO, it comes with all of the benefits that you guys might be familiar with the VIP that came out in the executives and other criminals. So all of the challenges, all the VIP work that you used to be able to do, you'll be able to do them as a CEO. However, you have a no cooldown period. If you guys aren't aware, before when you was a VIP, you could only remain a VIP for about 4 hours, and you'd have to wait 12 hours until you could re-register as a VIP. So you have absolutely no cooldown period being a CEO, which personally I think is a great feature. However, once you guys have got your office, by the way, you can also add some decorations to your office with additional charges. However, I've already covered all of that stuff in a previous video, so I'll leave that linked down low in the description if you guys want more information about decorating your office and all of the costs that are involved with that. However, now you guys own an office, we basically want to go ahead and purchase a warehouse warehouse. And to do so, you just want to go into your office, and you'll notice you have a secure serve computer. Go over to the computer and you can now purchase a warehouse from this computer. Now there is 3 different sized warehouses: small, medium and large. So the small warehouses can hold up to 16 special cargo crates, which is pointless. Don't invest in one of these. The medium warehouses, which hold up to 42 special cargo crates. So if you guys are just out of budget for the large one, then maybe invest in the medium one just for now. And finally, the large warehouses, which are by far the best, can hold up to 111 crates. Now the cheapest large warehouse is this one over in Cypress Flats, which is 1.9 million. Now it doesn't sound that cheap, but like I said, you will be making all of this money back if you guys do use the warehouse method in the right way at the right times. Now as you guys can see, this is the one I actually ended up purchasing, as it is the cheapest one, and you guys will literally be gaining nothing extra by getting the more expensive ones. All of these warehouses are practically identical. Of course, the only thing different is the location of the warehouses, but that really doesn't give you any benefit or any advantage whatsoever, as most of these buy missions are scattered all over Los Santos. None of them are in Blaine County, funny enough, and a few of them are in the ocean. However, this is basically the location where we're going to be storing the crates that we buy. Now also, some of the larger vehicles that came out of the DLC that I covered, including the Brigade, the Tugboat or the Titan, you can also upgrade them from this work desk right here, which I will go into more detail later on in the video about. And the laptop that you guys just saw is where we're going to go to if we want to sell any of the crates which we just purchased. Now I did also see a lot of people wondering how many warehouses can we actually own, and the answer to that is 5. Just like we can own 5 properties, we can own 5 warehouses also. And I'm also going to give you guys a few of the benefits of owning more than one warehouse. A lot of you guys I know are thinking right now, what the hell is the point of having more than one? It will make sense later on in the video once I show you guys what happens when you fill out your warehouse. However, now you guys own an office, you own a warehouse, you're ready to get your hands dirty and start grinding some serious cash. Now all of the crates that we purchase in our warehouse can only be bought from our office laptop, the same one that we bought the warehouse from. And you guys should notice this time when we go back onto our computer in our office, when we click on warehouse map, we'll actually be able to see our owned warehouses as well as the percentage of how much we filled it up. Now once you guys click on your warehouse, you'll be greeted with 3 different options: 1 crate, 2 crates or 3 crates, and these are known as buy missions. Now the actual contraband that we're going to be robbing or buying, that's completely random and doesn't make a difference to the buy mission. It could say counterfeit goods, it could say drugs, it could say art. It won't make a difference whatsoever to the actual mission that we're going to do. Now the number of crates that you purchase is actually going to reflect the difficulty of how hard the buy mission is going to be. So obviously 1 crate is going to be a load more easier than 3 crates. Now 3 crates doesn't actually mean that you're going to have to lift up 3 crates. Sometimes it does, and it is important to note this: one person can only carry 1 crate per time. So if you guys do have a full organization of 4 players, you will have to pick up 1 crate each. However, you could select 3 crates and the buy mission could be to go and pick up a truck. I'm going to show you guys a few examples of these buy missions, because I do believe there is about 20 different variations of these buy missions, and I have played all of them a few times, and using a few tips and tricks on all of them, they are practically easy as shit. Some of them may seem a bit difficult to you. I'm definitely going to cover all of the more difficult type of buy missions to show you guys how to complete them solo, but like I said, if you guys got a few organization members, definitely get them involved. By the way, if you guys don't have that many friends that play GTA 5 online, make sure you do watch this video right to the end, as I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how you can find a good group of players to put together to grind out this new CEO work. So in my case, as you guys can see on screen right now, I decided to go with 3 crates. By the way, you can only do this CEO work in a public session, so that means there has to be other players publicly that can join. So I will give you guys some tips and tricks later on in the video how you guys can actually find empty lobbies or increase your chances of finding less populated lobbies. Now as you guys can see, as soon as you start any of the buy missions, you get prompted with a message saying to exit your office. You don't actually have to exit your office. If you guys have got 3 associates in a free roam session running around, as soon as you buy those crates, those guys will be able to see the buy location already, so you don't have to exit your office. But if you want to get your hands dirty like me, then go ahead and exit your office. You should get a phone call from your assistant every single time you start a buy mission. She'll kind of just give you guys a briefing about what you're about to go to. So in some cases she'll be like, like, oh, the plane's crashed down, or you need to take out certain targets. Like I said, there is a different variations of these buy missions. I'm going to cover all the most difficult ones in this video, as a load of them are really piss easy. You really don't need me to show you the best method on how to complete them. But like I said, a few of them can be a bit tedious, where it's like you get an option of 5 different trucks and you have to find one that's got the cargo and you have to check all of them. There is little tips and tricks you can take to just avoid all of that and find the correct one straight away, which I'm going to run over right now. So as I mentioned earlier, sometimes you guys will order 3 crates, but you won't have to pick up 3 crates individually, and this is proof of this, so I'm going to show you guys right now. These are like the easiest type of buy missions when you select 3 crates, and all you have to do literally is just go to the location, shoot out a few people around it, and then take the van and drive off. Now the best method for this is just to be hovering over snacks. I didn't need to do this because this was just so fucking easy, but for you guys that really are amateurs or a low rank, just hover over your snacks and just be eating them as you approach the vehicle that you need to rob. Now just get one of you to run out and rob the vehicle, and get one of your associates to either drive next to you in a Kuruma, an Insurgent, any of the armored cars, or if he's got a bit more money, maybe you can afford like a Buzzard or some sort of jet, then by far that is the best method, just to kind of stay near it, so you can kind of keep an eye out if anyone's approaching you, so you can just let them carry on while you're like a decoy to the other guys. But like I said, this is only really important if you guys are just going to go ahead and do this in a public session with a few people in here. There is a few ways that you can use to find empty sessions. However, you guys should know that sometimes you get attacked by NPC enemies. As you guys can see, usually they come in armored cars for these 3 crate missions, but like I said earlier, just stay back and let the guy with the crate drive forward, because if you guys just come to a full stop, they'll stop chasing the crate and they'll just wait and concentrate on you, giving the guy who's driving the cargo a nice, easy, straightforward drive. Now, as I mentioned, a lot of people are trying to get empty lobbies within GTA 5. There is a few legit methods on how to do so. However, a lot of people are going around and using lag switches. So as you guys can see right now, when I pressed down, there was about 20 people in my session or whatever, and 2 of my associates, bang, ended up just getting kicked like that out of nowhere. It'll just come up in the bottom left, everyone's leaving immediately, and that is basically because someone in our session has just flicked on the lag switch. It's as simple as that, and it's going to kick a bunch of people that haven't got strong internet. It's more than likely happened to you already. It does happen quite frequent on GTA 5 nowadays. It could also be a clash of servers. Say if you've got like 10 people from Australia, a couple guys from Saudi Arabia, 2 guys from Ireland with a couple guys from Iceland, it might just fuck up randomly. But if this does happen, this is another great thing about these cargo missions. You can go ahead and then pick up the truck that they just got lagged out from. So it's not like a heist where if someone gets lagged out by accident, you have to replay the entire thing again. You can just simply go ahead and collect the cargo, as you can see me doing on screen now. So as soon as you guys jump back in the van, you will get matched with a waypoint leading you straight to your warehouse, and that's all you got to do. You just simply got to drive this over to your warehouse. And as you guys can see, some of the NPC enemies might spawn in again once you guys collect the cargo. Just simply do as I explained earlier, go down to snacks or body armor, just hover over one of them and just simply keep refilling them if you guys are getting shot. Like I said, snacks you can buy for free now at your actual office, so don't be shy to use all of them up in every buy mission. But some of these buy missions are so easy and so straightforward, you won't even need to use any of your snacks. As you guys can see, I delivered this cargo no problem, and I had a few randoms in my session. So once you guys actually deliver any of the cargo, you will also get the valuation now of what your cargo's worth. So there really is no point paying too much attention to this at this point in the video. I will come back to this later on in the video, but basic terms, right now we bought a cargo for 18,000 and we're able to sell it for 36. So basically doubling our money per job that we're doing here. This is also going to slightly increase the more we go on. So what you guys can see on screen right now is a different type of buy mission. This type of buy mission, we actually got to use a tracker fire. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have either used this on single player or on some sort of contact mission already, and it's very simple. It's going to tell you to go to a certain area. Now what you'll notice is you'll get bleeps on your little tracker fire app. You do want to exit the area that's going to send you to, and then you want to go to the most north one first and then make your way down from there, because these cars are going to be driving around, and this will just save you guys a bunch of time from going left, right, going all the way around. So as you guys can see, it only took us about 20 seconds, 30 seconds to locate our first truck. All you guys have to do is drive right next to it, and if it's not the right one, it will disappear straight away. However, once you guys have located the correct truck, you want to drive in front of it and then pick your shots precisely just to shoot the guy in the head. You don't want to go crazy and start spraying up the cargo, because you can explode it and destroy it, and you guys will be losing money. However, just like the previous buy mission, as soon as you guys got the truck, just take it over to your warehouse and you're done from there. Now, so far the type of buy missions I've showed you guys are very simple and very straightforward. However, as I did mention, sometimes they can go left and you can get robbed for your cargo. There is a very easy way to tell if you're about to get robbed. As you guys can see on screen, when you're approaching the deal, look for any big trucks that could cover the alleyway. So as you guys can see, the cargo truck that you have to collect is usually going to be parked down an alleyway, and if there's like a bigger truck that could drive forward just to block the alleyway off, then you know it's going to be a trap. So what you want to do is do what we done, just shoot the guys that are sitting next to the truck. Then what you should notice is that will trigger off the actual trap that is meant to happen once you collected the cargo. So as you guys can see, that truck just drove straight into us, blocked up the whole scene. Just from there, as soon as it's blocked it, now you can drive in, kill all the gangbangers lying around, and then jump in the truck and simply deliver it to your warehouse. Now, another type of buy mission that I mentioned earlier that can be a bit annoying or a bit tedious at times, that can really be avoided with a very simple and quick trick. So eventually you will get met with a buy mission. It's going to direct you to a crash site of an aeroplane. Now, once you guys arrive there, there'll be a ton of police like looking around the aeroplane. You'll have to go and collect some cargo right next to it. An easy trick to avoid so no cops spawn there whatsoever is just to do as we're doing on screen. When you're approaching the crash site, just get a wanted level, just start shooting some random people, get about 3 stars. Then you just simply want to call Lester and get him to remove your wanted level. Now, once you guys have done that, you should notice that when you arrive at the crash site, it's empty. There is no one there whatsoever to see you. So it's literally as easy as get out the car, pick up the cargo, and then head straight over to the warehouse. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen so many people come over this type of buy mission in a heli and try and spray it down with rockets, and they actually end up destroying their cargo. That is one thing you guys do have to be careful of with explosives. Don't try and shoot explosives near these cargoes, because you will destroy them, and then that's your cargo gone for good. You've lost out on money. Now, another scenario that could happen when arriving at any of these deals is you could get thieves robbing your stuff. Not like what I showed you guys previously where you get the setup of guys trying to rob you and kill you. These guys literally just run off with your goods, so you have to chase them down very quickly and shoot them. This is one of the easier type of missions. Like I said, it's very self-explanatory. As you guys can see, you just want to stay in your car, chase them down, shoot them, and then go and pick up the cargo. These thieves won't attack you back. You don't have to worry about their backup coming over and shooting you. You just simply have to run them over or shoot them. Now, if you guys are doing this style of mission solo, don't go and deliver a cargo and then come back to the other thief. Kill all the thieves first, then deliver a cargo, and then come back and get the second one. Because if you guys let these thieves run off for a certain amount of time, they will eventually just run off with your cargo, and that is gone. Disappearance. Okay, now another method I've been using for a different type of buy mission, I'm not going to lie, it's probably the most useful method out of all of these. You will eventually get a buy mission saying find the vehicle carrying a certain product. Now, there is a few different vehicles that will be driving around, so you won't know which vehicle is the one to go to. However, if you guys just pull up your interaction menu, you go down to quick GPS and you actually select special cargo, it will be an option. It will just direct you straight to the actual van that you need to go and rob. If you guys aren't familiar, this is actually a method I've used in contact missions in previous videos. Like, there's certain contact missions where you have to check a certain amount of cars for the right one. If you do this exact same method, quick GPS, and just select special cargo, it will avoid you having to check all of the vans, and you can just go directly to the actual one. Now, you guys should notice that whenever you get in a van that you've just robbed, you should usually get a wanted level. If you get like a 1 star in our case, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. It just depends on the type of buy mission you're doing. If it's a 1 star, go ahead and lose it legit. But one of the best things about these buy missions for me is the fact that we're able to call Lester if we want to remove our wanted level, bribe authorities. All of these options, just having them available to us, literally makes these buy missions a walk in the park. On average, I was finishing these buy missions between 2 and 5 minutes, so they are extremely fast, and if done the right way, as you guys can see, very, very easy. Now, I showed you guys how to deal with this scenario if a gang tries to set you up. Another scenario that you can come across is actual undercover cops trying to set you up. So as you guys can see, these unmarked cars right here parked in front of this van, they're going to come alight as soon as my friend jumps into this van. We're going to get 3-star wanted level, and these undercover cops are going to surround us and try and take us down. So what you want to do is get one of your friends, like I said, to jump in there. You want to be parked right in front of him, so you're taking the brunt of the bullets, and then you want to crash straight into all of them, just like I done. So as I explained earlier, become the bait for the guy with the actual crate. So as you guys can see right now, my friend's turned the corner, he's already halfway delivered the cargo, and I've basically taken out all of the undercover cops. Now from here, like I said in my previous scenario, you could just simply call Leicester for like 300 bucks. It's actually on sale right now as I'm making this video, so if for any reason it does go a bit left and you guys can't deal with it, just call Leicester and just get a stress-free run. But there really is no reason to even waste that little $300 on calling Leicester, because as you guys can see, we are practically already at the warehouse in under 2 minutes. Okay, so another buy mission that I noticed a few people have been saying is quite difficult compared to the ones that I've just showed you guys, and that is basically a buy mission that you have to chase down a Valkyrie and shoot it down, and when you guys shoot it down, it will then drop cargo. So there is actually 2 different methods that you could use when doing this buy mission, just depending on your personal character and what abilities you have available to you. Now the easiest one and the most straightforward one is just to have your friend driving the car or you, and just set a way marker slightly in front of the Valkyrie so you can jump out of the car, pull out your homing launcher and then shoot it down. Do be warned, this Valkyrie does take a few goddamn bullets. So what I would actually suggest doing is, if one of your associates or yourself owns some sort of heli or a jet, call that in, go and use it. If not, don't worry, just use your CEO abilities, call in a buzzard, and then as you guys can see, this thing does take a shit ton of bullets, so the best way to deal with it is just to go head on first and spray it down. This thing will shoot back, and somehow, as you guys can see, it managed to shoot us even though we was behind it, which was just fucking insane. And it even ended up killing us, which, to be fair, if that happens to you, it's not the end of the world, because you will still destroy the heli even if it destroys you. Sometimes that actually just triggers it off, but you do want to get ready. As soon as you guys do destroy the heli, a bunch of thieves will spawn in below you guys and take your cargo. So just like I showed you guys earlier, chase down the thieves, shoot them and collect the cargo. Now if this wasn't difficult enough, I actually had an idiot in my session who was a friend of mine who put mercenaries on me. So as you guys are about to see, all we had to do from here was take out the thieves, go and collect the cargo, happy days. However, I had some fucking 5-star mercenaries coming after me trying to shoot me down at the same time. Obviously I'm an MLG GTA veteran, so a few mercenaries really isn't going to stop me from getting my cargo. But if they do for some reason come after you as well, pull up your interaction menu, get your snacks out, hover over snacks, keep on eating them, and just fucking kill these guys. You want to take them out on the spot. Don't let them chase you down the road and then kill you midway. You just want to deal with these, get them out the way straight away, because then you just have a clear drive for the rest of the way. So a slightly harder buy mission this time, but as long as you guys follow the steps that I showed, very easily doable by all of you guys, I'm sure. However, another scenario that could play out while doing these buy missions, and pretty much is my favorite one because it's the easiest and the most straightforward, but I thought I'd give you guys a heads up as you might be a bit confused. You'll arrive at a deal and you'll notice there'll be 2 different gangs there standing on each side. Lick off one shot near them and then you'll notice both of these gangs will start fighting each other and literally kill each other. So all you guys have to do is give it a minute or 2 until they kill each other off, and then drive in there and collect the cargo and then drive off. By far one of the best and stress-free methods you can do for this buy mission. Now another type of buy mission is actually an assassination mission, where they're going to tell you to go to a vantage point and snipe the targets. Now depending on how many crates you select at the start will depend on how many targets you have to assassinate. So 1 crate will indicate 1 target and 3 crates will indicate 3 targets. So in our case we're doing 3 crates, so there's going to be 3 targets. You can also do 3 crates solo. I'm going to explain more about this just after I've showed you this gameplay on screen. However, once you guys arrive at the vantage point, you'll then get a text from your assistant describing what the targets are, usually describing the type of clothes they're wearing. So they'll say like medical or astronaut, and they're usually at like a very direct location. So as you guys can see right on screen now, I'm at the Chinese theater. So as soon as I look down here, I can see different groups of people. You just basically want to read the text and see if you can find that type of player. Now if you guys are playing with associates, if you don't have mics, just text each other, say left, middle or right, let them know which one you're going for. If you have mics, then obviously just talk amongst yourselves, decide which one you want to target. Now it isn't even important that you really shoot the person here with the sniper. I panicked when I was doing this one because I thought if we mess this up, I'm going to mess up the entire video. But I actually ended up doing this mission again a few times after recording this gameplay. Now if you guys miss the targets, or say if you're doing this solo but you've got 3 targets, so it's impossible to shoot all of them at the same time, simply shoot 1 and have your car parked around near the front of where you are now, or just close to the vantage point as you're making your way to here, because as soon as you guys lick a shot, it will say targets are fleeing, and that gives you guys a bunch of time to jump in your car and just run them over or shoot them down with an SMG. So in my case, what you can see on screen right now, 2 out of 3 of us was able to shoot this guy with our sniper, but you'll see now in the bottom left, take out your targets, and you'll see one is fleeing. It's the guy in the monkey suit. Luckily, I was able to take him out because I'm an ex-phase Call of Duty sniper champion, as you guys can see. So you don't have to drive down in your car. You can just spray him with a sniper if you just feel comfortable in your sniping abilities. Now, as soon as you guys take them out, you just want to run straight back to your car. You will notice you'll get a 3-star wanted level. I wouldn't suggest calling Leicester right now, especially if you guys do like to use the Kuruma like me and my crew do. Then jump straight back into your car, and then once you guys are in your car, then you want to call Leicester. Now, you guys will notice as soon as you call Leicester, you remove your wanted level. All you guys have to do from here is follow the green waypoint, go collect the gemstones, and even when you pick up the gemstones, you won't get a wanted level from there, whereas sometimes you do. And even if you do, these are usually in armored trucks. Do you guys remember when these used to be a thing in GTA 5? You used to be able to rob these until the GTA 5 glitches. It literally killed them out of GTA 5. Rockstar were like, nope, we've had enough, we're just removing them from the game. You can actually drive these vehicles once again. So like I said, even if you don't want to use Leicester, as long as you guys got a decent driver, it really is hard to die when driving one of these armored trucks. But nonetheless, it is very simple and very straightforward. Now, another scenario that you guys might come across when doing these buy missions is just to simply find the packages in a certain area. Now, what I've noticed when doing these type of missions is there usually be like at a location where a complex or a house is, and they'll usually be like in bushes, in between rocks, or like on the balcony of the house that's in. So as you guys can see, this little balcony, that's just where this dead body is. That's when that cargo was. My friend actually ended up getting that one instead of me. But this one just purely comes down to memory. They don't remix these locations. So once you've done one spot once, you'll know where they are next time you come back here. They don't change the spots or anything. So a very, very easy buy mission, this one. Now, I just quickly want to show you guys gameplay of a method that I spoke about earlier on in the video that I couldn't actually show you guys. So remember I said one of the most difficult missions is to chase down the Valkyrie and use your helicopter, but I had mercenaries after me in that session when I was trying to do it, so I couldn't really like show you guys what I want to show you. I ended up doing this today just so you guys can get a better perspective of how to do this one without any choppers or any jets. So as you guys can see, like I mentioned earlier, just get a decent car, maybe a fast car or armored car. It really doesn't make a difference. The Valkyrie doesn't move that fast at all. Park up in front of it as we do, and just lace it with homing launchers. And what you guys should notice is what you guys couldn't see earlier is the guys will actually jump out of the helis, the dudes with the packages or the cargo, and they'll start parachuting, so you can actually snipe them mid-air as you can see me doing on screen. This is by far the easier option than going ahead and calling a heli, unless you guys, like I said, want to have one associate always in a heli. It's good to just have someone that can move around very quickly, pick people up. That is another tip I'm going to give you guys. Do invest in a heli if you haven't got one already, or if you're the CEO, do make the most of your abilities to call one in. Okay, now the final buy mission and method I'm going to show you guys how to complete in this is going to be one that's located in the sea. Now, I only managed to get this one once. However, I did notice a few people that I spoke to said they did have problems with this one when they destroyed their cargo. They didn't know like the best method on how to go about it. Now, you can, like I said, do what we're doing with a heli, go straight in there and shoot it down. It's more than likely a heli will get shot down, so what you can just do is jump straight in there, either crash the heli into the boat or commit suicide next to the boat, because as you guys can see, it says destroy the marquee, so you guys actually have to destroy this boat in order to spawn in the crates. So what you guys will notice is when you die next to the boat, it's going to automatically spawn you in on a jet ski right next to the boat, and this is basically what you want to happen. So as soon as you guys spawn back in after you died on a jet ski, you want to do as I explained earlier, pull up your interaction menu, hover over your body armor or snacks, get your sticky bombs out, and just drive straight into the boat as you can see me doing on screen. Throw a sticky on the actual boat. At this time, be spamming down snacks, so even when the enemies are shooting you, you're practically invincible at this point. Throw your sticky, drive a bit away, and then simply blow it up. And now you guys will notice as soon as you blow the boat up, the cargo will spawn in. You can just simply drive into it with your jet ski. It's not going to sink or float away. I have heard cases of the cargo floating at like 100 miles an hour, some crazy glitches, but in my case I had no issues. I had to drive into the cargo, pick it up and deliver it to my warehouse. So hopefully you guys do appreciate me taking the time showing you by far the best methods and how to complete the hardest ones of these buy missions. But we're not quite done from here. Now you guys have done all your side missions, you've filled up your warehouse to the max, we have to sell everything on. However, before I show you guys how you can improve your chances on how to find empty lobbies and the actual final sale itself, I do want to get into some numbers quickly just so you guys have a better idea of how much you're actually making up to this point, and some changes that you could make personally depending on how much you play GTA 5. So all of us have a max of 101 crates that we can fit into a large warehouse. Now you can do this by by either, like I said, buying them in 1s, 2s or 3s. Now if you go ahead and do what I done in this video by buying them in 3s, you're going to be paying 18,000 for 3 crates. Now if you buy them individually, as you guys can see, you're going to be paying 2k. So if you get 3 crates individually, you're only going to be spending 6k compared to you spending 18k on the original one. So if you guys are in a quick rush and you just want to make a quick profit, then buy them in 3s. If you guys are in for the long run, then you might be better off buying them in single ones. On average, you'll be saving 12,000, which if you times it by 3 is 36k. However, in my case, I've got 111 crates. I'm going to divide it by 3 because I got them in groups of 3, which is going to give me 37 sales that I made. So I paid 18k per sale, so 37 times 18 means I spent 666,000 on filling up my actual warehouse. Bit of a devilish Illuminati number. I didn't think it would come to 666, but oh well, a little bit of an Easter egg there by Rockstar. However, for me to work out how much I'm actually going to make from this sale, all I have to do now is go to the laptop and I can see that when I sell all of my crates, I'm going to make 2.22 million. So all I have to do now is minus the 666k from that 2.2 million, which as you guys can see will give me a nice profit of 1.544 million. So it really is a big payout when you think of it and you think of the grand scheme of things, how easy these buy missions are. Now, as I did mention in the intro, you can actually increase this final profit by a load more by getting something called special rare crates, which I'm going to talk more about at the end of the video once I've shown you guys the final sale and what that's all about. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this as it's pretty self-explanatory and it's pretty straightforward. You guys all know what this is about, as you're all going to have to do it when you're doing this warehouse money. I'm going to give you guys, like always, a few tips and a few methods that I use when doing the big sale. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you do have the option to upgrade 3 of the vehicles. Now these 3 vehicles that you can upgrade, the Brigade, the Titan and the Tugboat, you are actually going to have to use one of these vehicles in the final sale. However, it's completely random which scenario you're going to get. The hardest one and the one that I'm probably going to end up showing you is the Titan one, as this one probably is the easiest to fail if you don't know what you're doing. The Brigade one is pretty self-explanatory. It's driving a vehicle from one point to another, as well as the Tugboat. That's very similar to that. The only one that's very different to these two is the Titan one. That's why I'm going to be showing you that mainly in this gameplay, as it's probably the easiest to mess up as well. So hopefully with a few tips and a few tricks that I give you, you won't mess up, because you really don't want to mess up this final sale. If your cargo gets destroyed, that is it, gone. Your money's gone. You've lost out, you've wasted your money, and that is the tough reality of this new DLC, which I kind of like. I'm not gonna lie, it does add the realness factor to it, that the rich get richer, and if you take a gamble and it pays off, you will reap the rewards. So I actually ended up buying all of the upgrades for these special vehicles. Let's just show you them quickly. Armor upgrade and bulletproof tires for the truck. For the Tugboat, you get an armor upgrade as well as a speed upgrade, and finally for the Titan, you get an armor upgrade as well as a jammer upgrade, which I'm actually going to be showing you guys gameplay in just a sec. So the countdown will start as soon as you guys leave your warehouse. Like I said, the warehouse isn't too far from most of these places. If you guys end up getting the Titan one like I do, all you have to do is go to the airport and get in the Titan. At this point, I was slightly confused why they gave us half an hour for this part, because I was expecting like a little militia to be waiting at the airport for us, some sort of little battle before we got into the Titan. But no, this is just very straightforward and easy. Jump in the Titan, and now from here you just have to drive to the little landmarks that show up, and the person who's driving it has to press right on the D-pad to drop the cargo when they're driving over the landmark. Now, if that sounds very familiar to you, that's probably because this is a classic GTA 5 type mission. I remember doing these type of missions back on Vice City, I believe, GTA 3. You know, in any aircraft, you have to like drop it off to someone. You have to press right on the D-pad to drop it. However, the great thing about this and why this one is so easy, I remember like in the old school GTA 5s, you could actually miss the landmark if you pressed right too early. This case, it won't let you drop random cargoes in the middle of the ocean, so you can only drop it when you're driving over the smoke. Now, you guys may have heard that beeping sound that the Titan was making. This is an indication that you're flying too high. You guys will have to maintain a low level flight. That is probably the hardest thing, even though that's pretty still easy, because you won't be able to drop the packages unless you're driving at a low level, and you will also get a wanted level if you do drive too high. I will show you guys gameplay of this. However, in my case, I'm the passenger. I've got the ability to use the jammer, which I mentioned to you guys earlier. And what the jammer will actually do is be able to hide you away from the police helicopters for a few seconds, as well as acting like a counter UAV to any other players who are in your session online. However, as you guys can see on screen right now, as my friend approaches the smoke, he presses right in the D-pad, drops the cargo into the smoke, and now we've got 1 out of 10. And if you guys have realized, I didn't even use my jammer that time. It really isn't even necessary to use your jammer. It's just in case your friend messes up and drives a little too high, then you guys can use it at the right time to lose the police. But the good thing also about this is if you drive straight down the coast of the airport, you'll get a few of these smokes lined up with each other. So as you guys can see, we've got 2 in a matter of 1 minute, and there's another one, the third one, right in front of us. So definitely take this route if you're going to be in a Titan. Don't try and be ambitious flying over the city. You really do have to be in open land, as you have to maintain that low level of flight. Now, as you can see on the third one, my friend actually somehow ended up missing it, even though he was directly over it. Don't worry if this does happen to you. And as you can see, when turning back, we actually ended up getting a wanted level because the plane is driving suspiciously. It's not only if you're driving too high, but as you guys can see, it's driving at some mad angle, and you can hear the plane beeping. If this does happen to you, like I said, you only get a 2-star wanted level, so it's very, very easy to lose it straight away. But if I was you guys, I wouldn't even waste your time trying to lose it, because the best part about this for me is you can just pull up your phone as I do on screen, give Lester a call, and get him to remove your wanted level. I was so shocked that you could use this Lester ability in the final sale as well. As you guys probably know, you can't call Lester during a heist or anything to get you out of trouble, but to be able to use him in all of these type of missions is such an advantage. I would definitely make the most of it while we can. I can see Rockstar maybe changing that in the near future. However, fast forwarding this gameplay, I thought I'd just show you guys quickly when to use the jammer and how I used it. So as you guys just saw, we dropped off our 9 crate, and as soon as we done so, we got a 2-star wanted level again. I wait until we maintain a low level until it stops beeping. So as you guys can see, there's not that many police anyway on a 2-star level, but you want to get a low level, and as soon as you guys start to approach where a police car may be on the ground or a police heli, then I activate my jammer right before then. And as you guys can see, even though my friend's Titan is still beeping and we're still driving over the main city, the 2-star wanted level is still flashing, just waiting to be lost. Now you do want to make your way towards the final drop if you guys do decide to save it, because as you can see in the bottom right, you do only get a certain amount of time to use your jammer. This will also reset, so you can use it several times in this final sale. However, it shouldn't be necessary, because like I said, it only takes about 20 seconds to lose a 2-star wanted level. And make sure that you take care of all of the checkpoints along the coastline first. This really can be done, as you guys can see in the bottom right, in under 10 minutes. However, the best thing about this final sale part for me is as soon as you drop that last cargo off, you just get hit with it. Bang! 2.2 million payout, the biggest payout that you can receive in one go in GTA 5 Online. Now you guys with an eagle eye may be sitting there and thought, wait, hold on, he was predicted to only get 2.22 million, and I ended up getting 2.24 million. I ended up getting 200k extra. Now the reason why I got extra is because you actually get delivery bonuses for every associate that you have when making the deal. So you're better off having more associates when you make this final deal. Now I am going to go into some more details about some other stuff that I still see a load of you guys getting confused about. So one topic that keeps coming up over and over again is basically how do you pay your associates, or how do you find out how much your associates are earning? And it basically works like this. It works like a loyalty scheme. So when you join a new CEO's organization, you'll start out on a flat rate at 0%, but 0% doesn't mean no money. You'll still be getting like $5,000. I think it's every 12 to 15 minutes. Now you do actually have the option to increase that, and how you increase it is by basically helping your CEO deliver crates. For every crate that you help him deliver, you'll increase your wages by $500. Now you guys might be thinking, oh, this is good, and you can actually increase it up to 100%, by the way, so you can be earning up to $10,000 every 15 minutes for wages as an associate, which a lot of people don't know about. However, moving into the next topic which I want to talk to you guys about in this video, and that is something called special rare crates. Now what these are, basically, everyone thinks these are random. You do get a phone call from your assistant saying we've got something that is worth a bit more than your usual crate, and that is basically an indication that is a special crate. Now as soon as you guys get that call, you'll notice when you go back to your office, you go on your laptop, you'll notice that usually where it says one crate for $2,000, it will say special item for something like $27,000. Now if you guys go ahead and purchase that, the special item will just be like one of the buy missions that I showed you guys earlier, just slightly harder. However, the great thing is there will be no more than one cargo. So all of these special crate missions can definitely be done 100% solo. So if you do get that call from your assistant, run straight over to your office and see if you can see that special item. Now what's been happening to me and a bunch of you guys as well, going off the comments, is we've been suffering from this bug where we're getting the call for the special items. However, when we go back into the office, literally nothing shows, no special items. This has been happening to me for the past week. I can confirm this is 100% a bug in the game that is just fucking over a load of people. I have put, like I said, over 20 hours into this game, just grinding this out, getting a ton of calls from my assistant saying you got special items. However, every single time I arrived there was nothing there to be seen, which has really pissed me off in the last few days. I was honestly going to make a video on this subject alone, and if Rockstar don't fix it like in the next couple of days, I most likely will. So if you're also experiencing problems with this bug, you're looking at all your friends get these special crates and you're sitting here grinding, having to just get normal fucking crates, don't worry, I got you guys covered. I will also be contacting Rockstar to see what the fuck is going on. Are they even planning to update this patch? They're quick enough to fix like clothing glitches and shit that don't really affect people, and this problem has been happening for well over a week, and it just seems to me like they can't be fucked to fix it. So hopefully they will fix it soon. I will keep you guys updated. Like I said, I'm going to make a video on this subject if it isn't fixed very soon. But if you're wondering why it pissed me off so much, it's because once you buy these special crates, you can then sell them for between 100 to 150k per crate. Now, like I said, people think these are random, but it's actually every 10 buy missions you should get a call from your assistant saying that. So if you want to work out on averages, we are basically losing out on an extra $500,000, give or take, every time we sell a warehouse from not getting no special crates. So that 1.5 million that we made earlier, it could have looked more like 2 million for myself if I was able to get some special crates in my warehouse, which I just wasn't able to do, unfortunately. And there's nothing I could have done to even fix this. This is just a pure problem with Rockstar Games. However, it is also worth noting, if you guys own a small warehouse, you can only store one special item, a medium one can hold 2, and the large warehouses will be able to store 3 special items. Now, the price you actually get for your special item will change throughout day to day. Sometimes they'll give you like 120, sometimes they'll give you 150. The max I've heard anyone receiving for any of these is 150, so I'd probably try and wait out until you can get 150 for it and then sell it. I believe the diamond and the pocket watch do sell for the most. However, Rockstar could always update and change this. Okay, so next thing I want to talk to you guys quickly about warehouse raids. I'm getting asked daily, how do you rob warehouses? Is it true you can rob warehouses? I've never had a warehouse robbed, and basically it is true. However, you personally cannot rob a warehouse. Warehouses are only robbed by NPCs in the game, and it is extremely rare. However, it can happen to you, and you will know about it because you will get a phone call from your assistant saying your warehouse is under attack, and as soon as she hangs up the phone, you'll get a little bar in the bottom right indicating how much stock you have left. It will be slowly decreasing before you even got back to your warehouse, so you really have to be on it if you get this call. Now, when you arrive back at your warehouse, there'll just be a bunch of NPCs there that you have to kill, usually in like a mule truck, a bigger truck, indicating where they're going to put the cargo. However, you do want to kill all of these guys as soon as you can, because whatever that little bar in the bottom right indicates that you've lost, you will actually end up losing as crates, which I know sounds really piss-taking. However, considering how rare these raids actually are, I don't think it's as bad as it seems. I do think that maybe it can only happen to you once a week or once a month. I do think it's really balanced out, so when it does happen to you, you just got to be ready for it. So I thought I'd include that as a heads up in case it ends up happening to you in the next week. Now finally, I'm just going to give you guys an awesome tip that I've been using to find really empty lobbies. If you guys aren't aware, you can only do this warehouse work in public session, so obviously the least amount of players you have in your public session, the easier it'll be. You'll have less guys coming over, attacking you in jets, and just trying to destroy your cargo generally. Now what you guys actually want to do is go to story mode, as you can see me doing on screen. You want to press start, you want to go across the settings, you want to go down to controls, and from here you want to go down to targeting mode, and you basically want to change your targeting mode to free aim or free aim assisted. Now this in general, much more or less players play on this free aim, so even once you guys have switched it to free aim, if it puts you in a session with like 2 or 3 people, which it usually does with me, you can just find a new session, keep on finding a new session, and you will eventually get a public session by yourself. I cannot emphasize how much this has helped me out over the past week, just being able to get in peaceful lobbies. Now like I said, even if you do get in a lobby with 2 or 3 people, what I would actually suggest to you guys is not backing out straight away trying to find a solo lobby. Just simply pull up your phone, right, and text these guys and just say, you guys friendly? because the majority of dudes playing GTA 5 nowadays, they just want to grind money. So if you're in a session of like 2 or 3 people, I promise you, as long as you guys message them and give them a heads up like, yo, do you just want to grind money, the majority of people you'll notice are peaceful. Now you may notice it might take a bit longer loading you in from the clouds. However, this is usually a sign that it can't find any other game, so it's just going to whack you in the game by yourself. Now what I've also noticed a few people doing is, if when they play in crews, if they get in a public session by themselves like now, they'll get a few of their friends in, and if any of the other players who join during their session don't reply back to them saying they're friendly, then they'll just press start and they'll kick them from the session. Now I personally don't kick people from sessions, I think that's a bit heartless, but like I said, if it works for them then it might work for you, and I'm only here to give you guys a few methods and a few tips that can help your process of grinding money easier. Hopefully you guys do appreciate me covering every single thing in detail. I thought you guys would appreciate me just doing one big video that you can all sit back and just take in all the information in one big video instead of clicking on 4, 5, 6 different videos to find out everything individually. Like I said, man, it has taken me over a week to put this video together, and it might have even took longer if it wasn't for today just realizing that I wasn't getting fucked over by Rockstar. It was just a bug in the game that wouldn't allow me to get special item crates. Still kind of raging just thinking about it now. Hopefully they get that fixed for next week so I can get some methods up for you guys showing you how to spawn those in quicker. That is a reason why I think there's a bug, because just like the armored trucks back in the day, I think Rockstar took extra precaution to make sure there's no glitches with those special items that people do to spawn them in quicker. So nonetheless guys, a week of collecting footage and hours of editing this video, all I ask of you guys in return is to drop a like down below, as it shows you guys do support the channel. Also do feel free to subscribe if you are new around here. Plus, if you guys don't think this warehouse is for you just yet, especially with this bug going around where certain people can't get special items, I will leave a link to my playlist down low in the description of all of my work and money making methods. Maybe there's something there that you guys might prefer rather than grinding out the warehouses. However, that is going to do it from me guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.